Hey guys, I hope you're doing so well. Well, it's time for tactic number 4 of 5 tactics to use to make a shitty day a little less shitty. So for tactic number 4, it's a very simple one. Just talk. Just open up to somebody about what you're going through. I think with mental health, our society's done a really poor job of sort of proliferating now and coming to the surface as something that should be talked about, but it's still got a long way to go. I think that our society hasn't always done a good job of encouraging people to speak up and talk about their feelings. There's sort of, from my perspective, a sense of feeling like a burden or feeling like you're bothering somebody if you talk about what you're going through. Or maybe if you're constantly in turmoil, the feeling that you're always the downer or the one that always needs help, and you kind of stray away from that, so you choose to isolate or you choose to carry the weight by yourself. I personally am notorious for that, for stuffing everything down, keeping everything inside, because I'm so used to taking care of myself that when somebody wants to help me, I tend to reject the help or not ask for it in the first place. So number 4 is just to talk, just open up and be vulnerable. Vulnerability is very important to me, and I'm going to increase that importance in 2020 and be even more vulnerable. As far as these videos, I don't know that there's such a thing, but in my personal life, I'm not always like this. I think one of the reasons these videos are good for me is because I do tend to hesitate to open up about things, even though sometimes when you guys watch these videos, it probably seems pretty easy for me to just spout off what I'm going through, but when it comes to face-to-face interaction and actually sitting down with somebody, a lot of times in my day-to-day, I just don't make time for it. So make time to talk to somebody, make time to be vulnerable. It's gonna probably hurt sometimes, most of the time, actually, but it's very, very good. It's very good. It shows a lot of courage. It shows a lot of bravery. I don't particularly think of myself as courageous or brave when I make these videos, but it's been a word that's been thrown around pretty often when people will mention my videos or comment on them or message me personally. And it never feels like a valiant thing to do. It never feels like something that requires a lot of bravery, but I guess it is kind of rare, for people to just make videos and spill it all out, but it just feels like what I needed to do, and it feels like what wasn't on my feed and what should have been on my feed. It's what I needed to hear when I was wanting to kill myself or wanting to kind of crawl in a hole and disappear. And it's what I needed to hear, and I wanted to do that favor for somebody else, so I started making these videos. But back to tactic 4. I'm gonna apply this tactic as well and talk to you guys about what I'm dealing with. This might seem, I'm just letting you know now, I'm gonna cry. I just tried to tell myself not to, and I'm totally gonna fucking cry. This might be a little bit too personal if there's such a thing on my channel, but I'm gonna show you guys that I actually put this shit to practice, and I'm gonna apply tactic number 4 to. I am dealing with somebody that's extremely close to me that is in active addiction, and they're not heading in a good direction, and it's seeming that the only thing that's really left is not good, and sort of the worst case scenario for somebody that's in active addiction. And I am fucking terrified, and I am gonna feel very guilty if something were to happen to them. I would feel awful. It would take a long time to forgive myself. It would take a long time to get over my guilt. I'm actually talking to people now that are other people that are close to me to try and face that head on before, God forbid, that were to happen. If I lost this person, I don't know what I would do. And there's nothing I can do about it. because I can't want it for them. I can't want them to get better. And I've said this before in my videos, but I'll say it again. I hate addiction. I hate mental illness. I hate drugs because the thing is, people just want to be okay. Everybody just wants to be okay. And some people think that my childhood was rough when I tell them about, yeah, I've been assaulted, I've been blah, 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 I grew up poor, whatever. I've heard some shit from people before, and I've been like, how the fuck did you make it through that? And when you think about some of the trauma that people have faced, some of the trials and tribulations that people have experienced, it's like, who the fuck wouldn't get high? Like, who the fuck would just be able to cope with that normally? From domestic abuse to sexual assault to just some of the most disgusting, horrendous, heinous things have happened to people. To murder, to, losing parents, things like that. And it's like, people just want to be okay, and it's not fair that people have to lose their lives, especially when it comes to drugs, but things like mental illness with suicide as well. It sucks that people feel the need to take their own lives, or it sucks that people lose their lives because they just want to be okay. When I was suicidal, I didn't want to die. I just felt like that was the only option because I wanted the pain to stop so bad, and it just fucking wouldn't. And now I'm sitting here and I'm just remembering that fact that everybody just wants to fucking be okay, and that it's not fucking fair because not everybody has the healthiest goddamn coping skills in the world. So you can't really blame somebody if their parents kicked the shit out of them, or if somebody took their virginity as a child without their permission and they don't know how to fucking cope with it. But drugs don't give a fuck. They don't. They don't discriminate. They don't care if you're rich and you live on the fucking golf course. The drug doesn't care if you're black, white, Hispanic, fucking Pacific Islander. It doesn't give a shit. It's gonna take whatever it can from you. And even if your life is the only thing left, it'll take that too. And it's looking like that's where this person is going. And I am such a goddamn control freak that I'm having trouble admitting that there's not a fucking thing I can do about it. And that bothers me a lot because I should be focusing on myself right now, and I fucking can't because it's just not fucking fair. Because this person is good and they mean well. And maybe sometimes people just are trying to figure this shit out. Maybe they're not fucking perfect, but they're just trying to fucking get it right. Nobody should have to fucking die for that. So if you're dealing with some shit, fucking talk about it. Please. Please, please, please talk about it. It's okay. You're not weird or crazy. You're not alone. You matter. You're important as fuck. Like, life is so precious, and you're too precious not to open up. Stop carrying every goddamn thing yourself. Just talk to somebody. Please. Just talk. Just make your shitty day a little bit less shitty. I am going to detox tomorrow finally, and I mean it this time. I'm for real going at 10 in the morning, so I won't be posting for a while after this. I've thought about having somebody else post for me, but I don't know, I just wouldn't really feel the same. So if you guys don't see me for a while, nothing bad is going on. I'm trying to better myself and get my fucking life back. I love you guys so much. Give him hell through hell and back and take care of yourselves. I'll talk to you soon. Wish me luck.